What's going on, world? My name is Simon and you're watching Soundwave TV, transforming your video experience. Jumpstart January is rolling on, and today's video I'm going to talk about, do you think BET is good for the black community? And my opinion is, I don't think it's good or bad. I think it just exists. Like a rainstorm. A rainstorm can be bad if you're trying to have a cookout or a baseball game, but that same exact rainstorm can be great for a farmer, depending, if you need water for your crops. The rainstorm just exists. It depends on how you perceive it. And the biggest complaint people had of BET is that they cater to the lowest common denominator, but really that's all of television if you think about it. I mean, outside of PBS and a few other small pockets here and there, they're trying to get the largest number of people to watch without going over people's heads. And that's really all of television. BET's not doing something specifically wrong in that aspect. And when they've had intelligent news-based shows, people didn't watch. Tavis Smiley didn't get super high ratings. Jackie Reed, when she was on BET News, it came on every night at 11 and people didn't really watch it like that. TJ Holmes had a good show, Don't Sleep, which I thought was going to be sort of the matchup to The Daily Show. That didn't last for a long time. And while not a news show, Keke Palmer had a talk show. She was the youngest female talk show host ever in history, and it didn't last for a long time. So when there have been intelligent, non-ratchet shows, the numbers weren't there, so they had to go. And we were also complaining about the Million Man March. Didn't get a lot of coverage. But here's the thing. The Million Man March happened on a Saturday. So, you really think you would have turned away from the football games or whatever the popular Twitter convo was for that day to watch the Million Man March? And none of the mainstream stations really covered the Million Man March. So, you can't really be upset at BET for doing something that the other networks weren't doing either. And like the old saying goes, the revolution will not be televised. It was still an amazing event, and if people wanted to get information on it, they could find a way to get information on it. And a lot of people complained when they were showing too many music videos. People said there was too many music videos. Well, now they ain't got no videos at all, and people are still upset. And it's like, my one little beef is they messed up with 106 in Park, is that they went from making it the People's Show. That's why it did better numbers than TRL. They made it the People's Show versus towards the end, they tried to make it the Teenagers Show. And the problem is, teenagers never stick with any one thing for too long. But I think canceling Rap City and canceling 106 Park was sort of a misstep on their point, because now the only music show you have is Lift Every Voice on Sunday morning when everybody's at church. There's definitely a void in the marketplace for a weekly music show. And people can get their music from the internet, but people can get their sports from the internet too, but people still watch ESPN. Think about that. And the game got canceled, kind of just went away, but BET said, we thought this was a good show. It had high ratings and good actors. Let's bring the show back. And it ran for 4 more years, and a lot of people said it was better on BET than it was when it was on the CW. Now, I thought they kind of got away from some of the comedy aspects and made it a hit, but a lot of people liked it. Brandy's back. The game got Brandy back in the game. She's got a new show. People seem like a Zoe Ever After. And Being Mary Jane, everybody said that there wasn't a serious, dramatic show focusing on a black female actress, and you got Being Mary Jane. So there you go. And let's get to the situation they talk about BET is really owned by whites. The thing about it is, the day-to-day operations always have been and still are done by black people. It's Stephen Hill and Deborah Lee. They're the ones that are in charge of the network. And Viacom really just provides the money. It's like if you go to a barber or you go to a soul food restaurant and they don't own the land or they're getting a loan from the bank, do white people own that barbershop or that soul food restaurant? No, but they're just the financier. That's what Viacom does. They're just the financier. Do you think that BET has a bigger responsibility outside of just showing the shows that get ratings? Now, my only real beef with BET is they tend to take played out reality shows and try to do a quote-unquote hood version of them. They try to bring Punk'd back, and that didn't work. That whole BET Uncut prank backfired immensely. You know, they had the Kardashians, but now you got the Westbrooks, and it's like they don't really talented at anything, and the Kardashians can get away with it because they have a little bit of personality, but Westbrooks, not so much. And, you know, we see the Hills, and then you have Baldwin Hills. You know, they'll take a played out reality show and try to do a black version of it. And I just like, use your creativity to come up with something unique to you and your brand. Well, anyway, I'm just some dude running his mouth on the internet. What do you think of BET? Where they've been, where they're at, where are they going? Do you have a favorite show? Is it one of the award shows, Hip Hop Awards, BET Awards, Real Husbands of Hollywood, Being Mary Jane, or is it something I didn't mention before? Put it in the comments down below. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. Until next time, this is Soundwave signing off. Peace.